which is kind of where I wanted to go next. He has looked really good lately. Now, looking at his stats for the year, they're not great, okay? 5.8 points per game, 3.4 rebounds, 9 assists. But obviously we know he wasn't getting too much run in the past. Like the past 2 games, he's had 14, 14, 9, 2, and then 8. I think when we look back at particularly where Jaden McDaniels was taken, technically by the Lakers at number 28. Do you guys think that going forward that Jaden McDaniels will be, in retrospect, looking forward, one of the late round steals of this draft? And we'll start with you, Jared. Do you think, or do you think there's another guy that you liked from this year's draft that got drafted a little late? Do you think that? Oh, go ahead.
I think the pick was fine. I think he's a great little young asset that we have. The problem with McDaniels, and I was trying to hold out till we got to trade talk, but I can't hold out any longer, is we have so many power forwards right now. We have Wancho, we have, Nas, who plays a little bit of power forward, mostly center. We have McDaniels, we have Vanderbilt. We have so many guys that are playing the same position. So when people ask me if I was disappointed that the Timberwolves didn't make a move, a lot of people said, I like we hung on to this young talent, but there's not going to be room for all of these guys. So I was kind of frustrated to not see at least one of them be moved because like Vanderbilt played 3 minutes tonight, and then he played like five or 6 minutes the night before. Like his value isn't going to get any higher. Like this is the highest that he's going to have a value on this team. So why not try and move him? Because somebody's looking for a backup power forward that can play 18 to 20 minutes. I couldn't tell you the exact team that's going to look for that, but we just have so many guys playing the power forward position, and they're all mediocre at best, including McDaniels. He's got room to grow. He's super raw. But even I don't ever think McDaniels is going to start on this team. And I think that you guys might agree with me there. You might disagree with me there, but we're going to add a power forward eventually. And you just don't have room to carry 5 power forwards off the bench. So I think that was my biggest frustration when talking about the trade deadline, is trying not to move some of those guys to somewhere just because we have so much talent. Josh Okogie didn't play tonight. I don't know if that was injury related or if it was a coach's decision. I didn't really see the pregame lineup, but he's been playing really good as well off the bench, in my opinion, the past couple games.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and Chris, what do you think? Do you think that McDaniels can be power forward of the future, or do you think he's just a temporary plug in the Wolves' plan?
Well, Kogi, I think, is out with COVID-related stuff or contact tracing or something. But so I like McDaniels a lot more at small forward than power forward, because I think that his defensive upside is as a wing defender. The way that he can, the way he shut down Luka. I mean, it's a lot of that is just Luka missing shots, and that happens, but the way he can move his feet with some of the, 2 guards or, lead guards that other teams put out there, I think that's where he is right now, his most valuable. But, I mean, he also can obviously play power forward. I think that, Vanderbilt being a free agent coming up this year, I think probably lowered some of his value. But I would say Jaden McDaniel, if I was running the team, he's so cheap for a handful of years still, and still raw. I definitely would do what I can to get a starting level power forward, and then I would have Jaden back up Edwards at the small forward and the power forward spot. I'd give him about 20, 25 minutes backing up both of those. And then I wouldn't care about Vanderbilt. He can be gone. Wancho can be gone. Like all those guys can be gone as far as I'm concerned.